Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to today's session on mobile attribution. So we're gonna go through the basics and fundamentals of mobile attribution. And my name is Sema. I'm solution consulting at ATS. So in the fast-paced of mobile marketing world, it's really important that you have the correct strategies and managing all the attribution and aligning with your goals. So this refresher will be providing you valuable insight. It doesn't matter if you are new to this field as a marketer or you are an advanced marketer. I'm sure that this will provide you valuable insight in the end. So let's kick it off. Today, within the next 20 minutes, we will go through the agenda, starting with mobile attribution, re-attribution, and we will be touching re-engagement strategies and how you can leverage tracker URLs, QR codes, and of course, deep links. So, yes. So let's talk a little bit about mobile attribution. So mobile attribution is all about connecting dots. So when we think, when we see something on the social media, let's say it's an advertisement, it could be an email from a company, or it could be something like an influencer link, we click on it, or we scroll and then we click later. It's the first dot we engage. And let's think that we decided to install the application, and it's another dot. So, and then I really like the app. I started to log in, register, and started to make purchases, dot, dot, dot. So all of these, if we do right, if the attribution is done right, each dot on this journey will give you the analytics and the insights and crucial parts of your user journey. And yes, it's very simple. We are connecting dots. However, this journey is a little bit complex. So there are some industry standards that there are different attribution models in the industry. There are partners, there are app stores, there are different regulations. On top of that, we are dealing with some regulations. They started with 2012 and then limited ad tracking, Google Privacy Sandbox, Apple iOS 14, SCAD network, it keeps coming. And we don't worry because as an MMP, we always take the hard work from you. So we do the attribution, we make sure that you and us adapting all these changes that is being delivered by different parties. And let's take a look at the attribution. Like when we look at the journey, so it all starts with the user, we use the advertisement on the phone. So there are two paths. Yeah, I keep scrolling, and I see another ad, and then taps on it, and then I downloaded the app. Or I can directly click on the ad, and I go to App Store. And then the formula is like that. Yes, user journey to install, and then there are some in-app actions. This is the formula of mobile attribution because all this journey is very important for you to understand how users are converting and making the conversion. So when we think about attribution, it powers your UI efforts because you will be able to measure campaign performance by analyzing and measuring your attribution and which channel is working for you the best or not. And you will be running retargeting campaigns. Let's say you have some churn users. You can easily retarget them, bring them back, and then you can optimize your creatives. For example, today, I'm sure if you are working on the user acquisition, you are dealing with tons of creatives. And these creatives are, it's important to measure ROI and understand which one to optimize in the end. You can do some A/B testing. You will understand the CPI, like ROI coming from each of that. When we combine all of this, attribution will help you to make data-driven decisions because you will have the formula and the KPIs of each action here. So let's take a look at marketing channels. So maybe at first you are thinking Facebook, Google, it could be TikTok. There are like major social media networks. Actually, every marketing channel counts. We can think of connected TV, QR codes. It could be influencers. It could be email marketing. So all of these are counted as your marketing channels. And what are the ad formats? So you can see them as interstitial, banner, organic ad, or it could be like playable ads. Usually on gaming, probably you are seeing those. And those are coming in this format as well. And when we think about how we are bringing users, they are not only coming from mobile for sure. For example, they can come from web, they can come from a mobile app. Also, it could be PWA as well. In the end, we will be giving you, hey, it's web to app or mobile to app, and here is the results. So you will also understand more about this journey. And there are two terms that I'd like to introduce. Maybe you're already familiar with that. There is attribution waterfall and attribution window if you are in attribution measurement business. So you need to understand the attribution waterfall because it's how you determine the order that you give credit to partner engagements. And another term is attribution window. It's the time frame between ad click and the conversion event. Now I will explain a little bit more. So when we have the install, you have a lot of engagements, right? There are clicks, impressions. So there is an order that we give credit to networks. For example, Facebook could be providing clicks. Snapchat can be providing, let's say, impressions. Click wins. Click has the most priority here. So, and deterministic means we do the attribution by using some advertising ID, IDFE, IDFA, and if we don't find them, there is also another user data, let's say, IP address, it could be browser, we are still matching it. So first click, and then deterministic, clicks with probabilistic, and then we fall back the impression, same way, and if we cannot find anything, it's organic. So this is the waterfall that we follow as a mobile measurement partner. And there is also something we need to know, it's the last click. So as MMPs, it's very common that we use last click model. Let's say you have like a lot of clicks within the last days, and we are attributing the last click of your, to find the source of your install. But the thing is, it's not only about last click. Let's say there's install, there is like thousands of clicks. So we should put a time frame to decide which one we should be taking into account. So there's an attribution window. This is the key when you are doing user acquisition. It's important to know your attribution window because by default it's 7 days, for example, at adjust. And when we have install, we are analyzing the last 7-day clicks, impressions. We are taking those into account to tell you, hey, this is coming the last click within the last 7 days. So here's an example. For example, for click on the last day, we always check the last 7 days. For impressions, we recommend to keep it 48 hours. And then we only take those into account. So we limit the engagements that we've been using. But the thing is, last click attribution model, there is also multi-touch attribution. Some marketers say, I don't want to fully credit the last network. I want to distribute it to different networks that I've been working with because let's say you have an impression campaign, so you can also divide it into other partners. You can, for example, give 25 to Pinterest, Iron Source, or you can change it. So that's another model. It's absolutely fine as long as it fits your marketing strategy. So also there's one thing, it's assist. For example, for the last 2 years, we started to give more insights on the assist because you know the attribution waterfall, click wins, but there are some connected TV campaigns these days. So you are just thinking that it's failing. So there are a lot of impressions, they are never winning the credits. So in this way, now we also have the visibility to show the journey. Hey, this impression-based campaign actually is assisting your, let's say, Meta campaign or Google campaign. So you will also have the visibility of assisting to make sure that your ad spend is not going away. Let's say you are not throwing away. So overall, the impact of using a mobile attribution partner, you will do all of this with one SDK. So we connect the SDK, And then let's say you are saying, I'm working with only Google. But after some time, you scale your app and you started to work different partners. You don't need to add anything to your app. We are connecting on behalf of you. One universal SDK will be helping. And you can easily scale up. And for sure, you will be preventing yourself double or triple targeting the same user because we can uniquely align it for you on our side. And in the end, you will understand major KPIs of yours like ROI, CPI, and of course, you will have the full ownership of your data in your site. So let's take a look at the 3 golden R's. We call it like that. Reattribution, retargeting, and re-engagement. So those terms, sometimes we can mix it up. Actually, they are pretty similar, but let's take a look at. So when a user, let's say I acquired a user, and for some time, it was inactive. I didn't create any session. And I saw a really nice influencer link, and I click on it, I came back to your app. This is we call reattribution. I, as an existing user, I need to come from another advertisement after I become inactive. So how I can become an inactive? So this is the inactivity period that you need to define on your campaigns. Otherwise, I will be creating sessions after I click on different advertisements. Let's say I saw advertisement. After 7 days, I came back to app and create a new session. That's the reattribution. If I click within the first 7 days, because I'm not inactive, so it's going to be no reattribution. And this is another example. For example, in order to make an attribution, hello? Yeah. I need to be in the inactivity period. For example, day 5, click on an ad, no reattribution. But day 8, click on an ad, yes, there will be reattribution. And there's another thing. Let's say after I click on an advertisement, I click after 10 days. I came back to app after 10 days. There is reattribution window, so I'm still out of that, so it doesn't count. So I need to come back app, or I need to click, let's say, advertisement within the reattribution window, so it will be counted as reattribution. Let me wrap it up. So that's the formula. To make a reattribution, to count a user as a reattribution, so we need to be in inactivity period. I need to be an existing user. There should be a click. And I need to click on a new source, and this should happening within the reattribution window. All these settings, something, usually I'm talking with my clients, for example, we are always defining based on your retargeting strategy. So when we take a look at the difference, retargeting is mostly like if you wanna, for example, like increase your LTV by engaging your users. Let's say I wanna revamp my users and I want to make them spend more, so that's a retargeting. And for re-engagement, let's say you have a lot of dormant users, like inactive, so they are probably churn. So you can reactivate those simply by sending, hey, we miss you campaign. So those will be counted as re-engagement. So overall, in order to build the most successful retargeting strategy, you need to smartly segment your users. So it's mostly like when you have an advertisement, you need to analyze who will be likely to engage. It could be counted as ad groups, for example, like the region, age groups. So you need to smartly target and test and test. If you have any campaign, make sure that you test it first before spending all your marketing budget. This will give you to understand which channel is working you the best. And of course, don't be afraid to incentivize generously. Send the codes and make sure that the cost per install or cost per acquisition is still profitable for you. And you can definitely use dynamic advertisement. So for sure, target your clients with the products that they like. Or let's say if they are checking but if they find pricey, they didn't install your app, just target them with a discount. So this is also very crucial to understand how you incentivize. And incrementality is very famous, like within the last year, there is also a way to understand if your campaign is bringing you uplift, real installs, or you are simply cannibalizing your organic installs. That's also very crucial, and we can also show you as a mobile measurement partner. So let's take a look at the trackers. So these are very simple and I would say mighty feature from MMPs. You can use trackers to redirect any user to store. And it's a link. So basically, it's something like that. So when you have the link from MMP, simply we redirect the users to store. And you will have a mass users. For example, you have an influencer. Simply you just get a link and send it to influencer. User will keep coming, and all the conversions, installs, click will be reported. You can add more granularity to that. For example, there is like campaign, you can say ad group. You can put the influencer name as a campaign. You can say it's our summer campaign, and then you can say it's the creator. You can play around with this. It's very manual, but you can use those on your QR code, on your influencer, on your email newsletter, and also SMS. So as long as you embed this link, these trackers will show you the conversion. And this is an example. Let's say we work with AppLovin. It's a network, but it could be SMS as well. So I edit campaign. In the end, this will be reported within the 4 level of granularity. So you will have the full view of these trackers as a channel as well. And there are good news. Simply, we can brand those links. So it doesn't have to be, for example, for us, it's a just domain. You can use your own brand, so it will be more authentic and will be preserving your brand visibility. So the QR codes are based on scanning technology. We are probably using everywhere, even we use it today. So you can use those for any offline campaigns to turn into online. How you do that? Just get a link from Adjust. Just put on a bus or put on, I don't know, like could be billboard. Whenever I scan it, directly we get everything from that link to our servers. We tell you, hey, this billboard is bringing you that amount of money or that amount of registration, level completed, or however, in-app actions you have. So on top of that, you can add some deep links. So let's take a look at deep links first. Deep links are redirecting users to an in-app page. So trackers, like regular trackers, we always push to store. But you might be saying that I have my user base always I need to retarget them. So I want to send them into an in-app. So we can also leverage deep links to retarget and send the user directly to in-app page. For example, this is a straightforward journey. If I have the app installed, directly I go to app, no app store. This is amazing, like to use deep links. And if you have a login, this is usually common in fintech, they have a login step. And we directly send users to in-app page after we complete the login. All these use cases are something we can manage. So overall, we can use deep links on our referral campaigns, product promotions, and we can also use for retargeting because we directly send everything to an in-app. And there are also smart banners that you can leverage. For example, login on the mobile website, there is a banner comes up, put the deep link there. Whoever clicks on it, instead of keeping them on mobile, you can say, hey, do you want to continue in-app? Let's push them everything to app. These banners are also very useful. And so that's pretty much it to cover everything in 20 minutes. But we have a very thorough Essentials of Mobile Attribution guide. Feel free to download it. And it's an ebook that you can master everything in detail. And if you have any questions or anything, so we have the booth 69. You can come and I will be happy to give you consultancy on your mobile marketing strategy. And thank you.